Greater than good evening. I'm Jessica Moore. At this hour, there are 4 major fires burning across Los Angeles. Together, they have destroyed more than 12,000 structures, have devastated entire neighborhoods, and sent tens of thousands of people fleeing for their lives. And with new worries the fires will spread into other parts of Los Angeles County. Officials plan to shut off power to some locations. We have team coverage of the deadly fires tonight, including details on how the weather over the next few hours could affect the firefight. Let's begin with Ashley Sharp, live on the ground in Los Angeles. Ashley? Greater than reporter. Jessica, we've been chasing the Palisades fire line all afternoon as the largest of the fires continues to grow, but we just wanted to take a step back and show you what the fire has left in its path. This is the Pacific Palisades community, where home after home on block after block looks just like this, as the Los Angeles skyline sparkles behind me. What sits above it is a ghost town. Greater than planes dropped flame retardant from the sky, hoping to prevent the Palisades fire from ravaging even more of Los Angeles County. This week, multiple wildfires have destroyed countless homes, businesses, and cars, while forcing hundreds of thousands of residents to evacuate. So far, the fires have consumed an area larger than San Francisco. Greater than our top priority remains saving lives and protecting property. Greater than reporter. As a Saturday wore on, winds picked up again, heightening concern that the wildfire, already the most destructive in LA history, could move to more densely populated areas. Greater than ground crews and aerial assets worked through the night in the Mandeville Canyon area, creating containment lines and protecting structures, continuing the full suppression effort. Greater than reporter. Homes here in the Mandeville Canyon have burned as the Palisades fire rages on for hours with no clear end in sight. Greater than we first started out about an hour ago. The air was relatively clear. Now we're back at the smoke. Greater than reporter. Los police chief says a new task force will investigate the cause of the catastrophic fires. Greater than this task force is made up of local, state, and federal partners designed to investigate the cause of the fires, and to see if there's any connection between them. Greater than reporter. On Saturday, law enforcement warned people WHO have been driving up to get a closer look at the blazes to stay away. The Palisades fire has just been so devastatingly destructive, and these fire crews, as we enter night 5 of this relentless firefight, are up against so much. Not only a rapidly moving and changing fire that's even creating its own weather storms within itself, they're having to battle the wind that's moving it to different parts of the Los Angeles community. So that's what we're going to be tracking tonight and keeping a close eye on. Greater than all right. Ashley Sharp, lived for US Tonight. Ashley, thank you. Greater than team coverage continues now with our own Christina Fan. She is live for US in Brentwood, where Ashley just mentioned crews continue battling the Palisades fire. Christina? Greater than reporter. That evening, Jess. Behind US, you're looking at what remains of the eastern front of the Palisades fire, and for the last couple of hours, there has been a very intense aerial fight. In fact, in the distance, you can hear the hum of several helicopters that are circling the area, and they have been working despite increasing wind speeds. We've been camped out at this vantage point now for 2 nights, watching firefighters try to hold the line, because on the very next range, where we are standing right now, there are several clusters of homes. Firefighters have made lots of progress relentlessly dropping water and retardant into the canyon, and in this daylight video, you can see those reddish streaks, and the fire staying boxed in those lines. You can also see a home at the very bottom of the canyon that firefighters had so far been able to save. But just in case the aerial attacks do not hold, firefighters need a backup plan, and that is why there was a team of 7 to 8 dozers in this neighborhood cutting down the dry, low-lying vegetation on a nearby hill, getting rid of any fuel that could easily light up. This neighborhood is under a mandatory evacuation, and families told us they were taking no chances as they packed up to leave. Greater than talking to some firemen before, and my understanding is that if the fire come to the ridge, it's getting real close. But the minute it comes down, then it become very dangerous, because after it calmed down, the next things coming up process is really fast. It may already be starting down, and coming up it was too late. So we decided to evacuate that time. Greater than reporter. And as you just heard, that gentleman told us he was really contemplating on whether or not to stay, but after consulting with those firefighters and remembering the images earlier this week of the Palisades fire decimating entire communities, he did not want to take that chance. Now, with the wind speeds expected to pick up again soon, and those in Santa Ana winds to really power up and last through the middle of next week, with no rain in sight, we expect a very tough firefight for firefighters ahead, and that is why tonight it is so important for them to try and gain the upper hand here. Reporting live from Brentwood, I'm Christina Fan, CBS News New York. Greater than Christina, thank you. It seems like the situation is changing minute by minute. Cannot imagine the anxiety and uncertainty. Greater than let's go to my society now. She's live in Los Angeles with emotional stories from evacuees. Can't imagine the emotion, the anxiety, the fear of what's going to happen next. I'm sure you heard stories like that tonight. Greater than yeah, stories like that all day, Jessica. Good evening to you. I'm told that right now, there's about 190 veterans at this shelter behind me. They all live together in a community that was created for them nearby in Brentwood, and around 1 a.m. this morning, we saw that horrific blaze, the Palisades fire, start to ignite again and start to spread. They were told that it is time to get out, so this is where they're going to be sleeping, Jessica, in cots, and they also told me, several of them, that they're cold, that they have a very light blanket, but that's all they have. But the good news is that they are in the process of bringing them more blankets as well, and their homes are expected to be okay. That has not been the case in other shelters that we visited today. Earlier, we were in Westwood, where so many families that we spoke with, they had lost everything, including a young woman from Malibu. Greater than this is my pet goat, Coco. She got traumatized by the fire. She lost her house and her comfortable home, and it's been really hard on her. Greater than I'm just trying not to think about it, you know? When it first happened, I didn't even process it. And then all of a sudden, like 5 hours later, it hit me, when I was like, oh, but everything's going to be okay after a few days, like, we're just going to go home. And then I was like, there is no home. And it sucks, but, like, I mean, it's worth for Coco, so, you know, it's just like, whatever. Greater than I lost everything. My boyfriend, I thought I was going to his house to be safe, but his first burned down too, so it's overwhelming. I've never lost a house before. Greater than it's unimaginable. The woman you just interviewed, she thought she would go to her boyfriend's house. That house had also been demolished. We know a lot of people have gotten out, but the people WHO are there. Are they getting the help they need? Are the resources plentiful enough? What's the situation? Greater than reporter. So we found out today from FEMA that about 16,000 people had begun that process to try to get aid from FEMA that would cover the cost of housing, that would cover the cost of food, that would cover any uninsured losses they had. We also know that state insurance officials are in the process of holding workshops to walk people through the insurance claims process, which can be so incredibly daunting. And just to clarify what I said earlier, some of the people here tell me they're cold. The blankets they have, it's just not enough. But the staff here, they're in the process of trying to bring them heavier blankets. The temperature has really dropped, and it's very chilly out here. We hope that they get the blankets they need to be comfortable in here. Greater than yeah, of course. I knew what you meant, Masa. They don't have their creature comforts anymore, right? But the volunteers are doing the best they can. Everyone wants their homes. All right, Masa. Thank you so much. SciT meteorologist Vanessa Murdoch is here now with a look at how the weather will impact the firefight. Vanessa, we talked a lot about these winds, the Santa Ana winds, and how the firefight can change minute to minute. Greater than and you heard Christina discuss how the winds are expected to be ramped up through Wednesday. That will be an ebb and flow of the Santa Ana winds. Right now, current gusts are at 40 miles per hour in Santa Clarita, 72 in San Bernardino, 30 in Topanga. Winds are anticipated to gust 30 to 50 miles per hour on and off over the next several days. There is a red flag warning in place for both Los Angeles and Ventura counties, where critical fire conditions will persist into the midweek. It's not just the winds, but low relative humidity as well. Here's the projection. Winds will stay powerful tonight or tomorrow morning. 6:30 tomorrow morning, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts in Santa Clarita. As we take it into tomorrow afternoon and evening, the winds do subside, but by Monday afternoon, the winds are once again ramping up, and they're expected to stay powerful through at least Tuesday. But again, the red flag warning right now in play through Wednesday. Your local forecast is coming up in just a bit. Jessica, back to you. Greater than all right. Thank you, Vanessa. Today, New Yorkers showed up in strong support of the California fire victims. Greater than people dropped off clothes and other necessities outside a bar in the East Village. Organizers say they collected everything from new clothing and towels to dog toys. Now, organizers are looking for a partner to cover the high shipping costs.